Welcome back to my cozy little baking kitchen. Today I'm sharing a recipe with you which is truly like a German rural countryside classic recipe, because we use a Streusel on top of the yeast dough, and there's some poppy seeds as well as some jam in it, and it's just all in all it's very delicious but also very easy to make. So let's just start with the first layer of the cake, which is a yeast dough. And for the yeast dough, all the ingredients I need I already have in my bowl of my standing mixer. What I just added is half of an egg because of the amount of cake I'm baking. I only need half the egg. The other half I'm going to use later, so don't worry, nothing gets wasted. But yeah, I just added half the egg in case you're wondering what's happening. What is this orange liquid? It's very simple. The dough then gets kneaded in my stand mixer for a few minutes until it's nice and smooth. I then just cover it and let it rest for maybe like half an hour until the volume doubles in size, which gives us the perfect opportunity to take care of the fillings, the toppings. And the first thing I'm taking care of is the poppy seed filling. So in the pot you're seeing here, I have a bit of milk which I'm starting to boil. I also have the poppy seeds as well as some butter which is at room temperature, and then what I'm adding to thicken the whole filling up is some cornstarch as well as some sugar. Mixing everything together, boiling it for like a minute or two to make sure that the starch is fully cooked, and then just covering it and leaving it to cool completely. After that, I took care of the Streusel topping, which it's always funny for me to hear when someone says Streusel, because I know a lot of you pronounce it Streusel, but in Germany it's called Streusel. And for that we only need a few ingredients. So I'm mixing the butter, some sugar, some salt, vanilla sugar, as well as some flour, and then mixing those with my dough hook until we have some Streusel. And then putting those aside, and the last thing I'm taking care of is making the Quarkfüllung, which is like a cheesecake filling. You could substitute the quark that I'm using for just some sour cream. It's not perfect to substitute, but it works fine, so just use that. I'm using the quark with some sugar as well as some lemon zest, you can see here, and some cornstarch, mixing everything until it's nice and smooth. And that's basically all the ingredients we need for the topping. So for the baking pan I'm using here, here in Germany they say this is a brownie cake, a brownie pan cake. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I'm leaving you the size of the pan I'm using in the video descriptions if you want to see, and making sure that the size is right. But yeah, it's just a rectangular pan basically, where I'm putting some baking paper in it so nothing sticks. Then adding the yeasted dough, which rose very nicely. I'm just putting that in, flattening it, making sure it's all into the corners. And then at this point I noticed that my poppy seed filling is still too hot to apply to my dough. So there you go, I'm just checking to see how hot it is, because if it's too hot you shouldn't add it onto the yeast dough in case of texture and killing the yeast, etc. So just wait a few more minutes until the poppy seeds are lukewarm. That's where you can also see then the texture of the poppy seeds gets very nice and custardy, and you can doll those up onto your dough, which then makes it it's so difficult to explain. Oh my gosh, why is it so difficult? It's so simple. So the word Klekselkuchen, you could loosely translate it to dotting cake. So I'm just dotting all the fillings I'm using onto my dough, which is the poppy seed filling. We prepared the cheesecakey filling as well as just some jam. I'm using strawberry jam, but the classic jam which was used back in the day was either a plum jam or a what is it called? The red jammy thingy they have at IKEA. Lingonberry jam, there you go. Just dotting that, and then I'm also adding the streusels we prepared earlier. Then just putting everything into the oven. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. I don't know why today it's so difficult for me to explain. I'm very sorry. But after baking, the cake still looks pretty jiggly and bubbly. But as it cools down, everything starts to firm up and just falls a little. And when it's just just warm enough, lukewarm-ish. It's perfect to cut and then eat. You should probably add a dollop of some freshly whipped cream and then just enjoy it. This is, I don't think it can get more German than this. I really hope you enjoy this mess of a video I made, and I'm hoping to see you in my next video. Oh, bye. Bye-bye, guys.